a few more tips and tricks for the people who and I wrote them down on this iPhone thing here and the notes, and it's about that prime directive thing. You know, as a few tips and tricks for people who are having trouble with either family members or friends around them and their society or their work or wherever they are at, who are not capable of understanding the deeper truths of the reality, that don't even inquire into the nature of their own true being, and not even maybe into the societal structures. Many people just take everything as it is. This is true. That's why they listen to CNN and all the lies and all the other channels and all the indoctrinational schools and the doctors. It's all just lies, right? So they listen to it because they can't handle yet waking up, because it will cause too much cognitive dissonance in their system. So I had a few things that I wrote down here, and one of them is that the prime directive, right, is to not interfere. So first of all, when somebody's not ready, stay away. Stay away. And I said last time that do not invite people into your garden who trample on your flowers. There was a quote I read somewhere. I'm sorry, I forgot who it wrote it. There was a name underneath. I didn't write it down. I just got the message. So I'm paraphrasing maybe a little bit, and I'm taking somebody's quote. But the fact is, it's a beautiful one. Do not invite people into your garden that trample on your flowers, because they do not appreciate it. And there was another one that I had as a quote the other day. I think it came kind of from Muji. I might be paraphrasing it again. And it was that good company are those that hear and value truth. A good company, if you want to be in good company and you're truthful, you're busy with exploring and inquiring into the nature of this universe in your own mind and what the hell all this thing is, then good company are those who appreciate and hear the truth. They hear and they appreciate it. It's not just they hear it and then they want to walk away from it. They appreciate it. They would love listening to truth all day if it was up to them, until they're so exhausted. But they are deprogramming the nonsense, right? So a few tips that I wanted to give is, well, one of the things I also wrote down here is prana poison. Prana, they say, is your body energy, let's say your auric field or whatever you want to call it, your ethereal body, your energy body, whatever, right? The prana. And I wrote down prana poison, right? Prana poison, which is staying away from disturbed people, or staying away from the people that are still so concerned with lower matters or levels of existence that are not yet evolved out of a certain indoctrinational level, let's say, a level of conditioning. You know, so many religious people, many scientific people, almost everybody on earth at some level is that. If you're going to hang around people like that, the conversation levels there are so poisonous to many of us. Many of us who are into truth, it's just not interesting to be listening to all the stories about the past and all the things people think actually they believe is theirs, but it's just stuff that was put into all the channels of TV and everything they ran into. You know, that's why everybody believes the same damn thing when something new happens, and they all believe there's a false flag that's been done by this or that. And you just can't listen to that anymore because it's poisonous to your system. And I call it prana poison. So stay away from people who are not vibrating at that level of willing and wantingly to wake up to a higher reality. Stick to the people who are actually loving, deepening out the truth, digging for more reality, discarding, investigating, inquiring into some things and saying, look, I don't care if every single construct, every single idea that I have about the universe is wrong. If it's wrong, let it be discarded so I can see the truth. I don't care how valuable it's been for me to years that I believe that the earth is round or flat, or that, politics is real, it's helping us out or something, or that science is on the cutting edge of the knowledge that's ever been in the universe, and we're like at the best place, and technology has never been anywhere better, and whatever. It doesn't matter what you believe. If you believe that the financial system is actually based on real things, and somebody tells you it's not, those people who are ready to give up everything, give up every false structure they got, surrender to the truth, even if it means that you stay as an empty, blank slate, a white piece of canvas, unpainted with any of the structures you got, any of the belief systems you got, any of the indoctrination systems you got, any of the programming software you got, any of the religious crap, the scientific crap, your family conditioning, all of it, strip all of it away. Those are the people that are good company, because they hear and they value the truth. And otherwise, you're hanging around people that are poisoning your prana. And just because you got a silly belief that it's your father or your mother or your brother or your sister or somebody, your close friend that you grew up with, if he's still on that path and you're on a different one, stop trying to teach them. Do the non-interference. Stick to the prime directive of non-interference, right? And one of the things is what people have a lot of trouble with, and that's the tip I really wanted to get to, was, of course, the other parties won't understand. Why are you not interested in them? Why didn't you want to be around them anymore? Why are you not, hanging out with them anymore? Why, if they ask you to the birthday party or to a barbecue party or to whatever, a dinner party, whatever, why didn't you want to hang out with them anymore? And of course, you know damn well why you don't want to hang out with them anymore, because they're not interested in anything significant at this moment where you're busy with. They're not interested in having a conversation about the interesting things that you are discovering, that you're deepening out, that you're inquiring into, that you're coming home again to your true nature. Even if it's just, some of the worldly discoveries about all the fraud and all the lies, that you understand that the money system is not what it is, and the financial system, the educational system, all the things, the political system, there's all lies. Even if you're discovering that and you're waking up to that and they don't want to listen to it, well, they don't understand why you don't want to be with them anymore. It's because you're not interested in the stories they're telling and they're not interested in the stories you're telling. Even if it's from your perspective, something that you're trying to find more depth to, they just want to go on about, what Susie did last week with her boyfriend or something, So I would say the next thing, I would say this advice. Basically, I don't sell or buy any of that, let's say, product anymore, or whatever they're interested in, right? Basically, the persona. I don't sell or buy any of the personhood, persona, identity material anymore. So let's say, for example, if you own a bakery, and somebody would come in and say to you, I would like several kilos or pounds of fish. But you don't sell fish, you sell bread, but you're a bakery. You say to somebody, well, I'm sorry, sir, but you're in the wrong place. I don't sell fish anymore. I only sell bread. And the same counts for any other shop. You don't go into an airport asking for a train ticket, or you don't go to an airport asking for a cruise boat ride or something, You don't go to the tailor and ask him to fix your car. And you don't go into a bakery and ask them for fish. You also don't go to a place where somebody gives advice. Let's say a psychologist, and somebody wants to go to a psychologist and asks him to do neurosurgery on their brain. It's not the same thing. So you got to have an interest and a recognition of what the other is. So if your family or friends or the people around you, your neighbors, whoever, doesn't understand, if they do not understand your interest, or what you are concerned with, what you're busy with, what you are selling, in other words, or concerning yourself with, then they're in the wrong place. And many of them, they don't understand that you're actually no longer in that business. You may have been. You may well have been at some time also telling your story about what you've done and where you think you're going, and the historical thing. The separate self, the belief in a timeline figurine, in this separate self that exists as a long-lasting person. But when you are in the process of letting go of all that, you have to step into the direct experience of now. Step into the moment. Step into what is the eternal universe now. And you step out of the persona. And so you don't sell it anymore. So when your friends or family or whoever comes to you and says, hey, you want to go do this or that? You want to talk about this or that? You know what it's going to be like. They're not in the business. They're still in the business of that old separate self personhood. You're no longer there. So you have to tell them, oh, look, I'm sorry, but I closed shop. When it comes to this stuff of personhood, I closed shop. I no longer sell it. I no longer buy it. I don't buy your person stuff. I don't buy that level of existence where you're constantly busy with this timeline figurine, this imaginary thought process. I've dropped that. I'm no longer in that. And I'm in this other thing. And I'll talk to that about that in another video about EA. But I'll do that in the next video. But the point is, you do no longer go and do in that business. So as simple as that, you should say to family, friends, or whatever, when they want to invite you for a 4-hour-long dinner party or something where you know they're going to be regurgitating and vomiting out all this historical past through their memory as an identification of themselves as a person body in existence. That separate self-identity stuff that they're going to be involved in, that's going to be their movie for the night. That's going to be their entertainment for the night. That's going to be the realm or the reality level they want to exist on and work from. Well, you don't. So you say, I'm sorry, I no longer buy or sell any of that material. So you've come to the wrong party, come to the wrong store, come to the wrong place, you know? So that's a trick you can use. I don't sell it anymore. Don't let them trample your flowers in your garden. They don't want flowers. They want the historical stuff. That's the cutting down of the delicate beauty of this moment, of eternity. They want to live in the past, which is in memory, which is in an imaginary world. They don't want to live in the eternal now. They don't even want to speak about it. They don't want you to speak about it. They want you to shut up and convert back to the old way and the way they're still living in. So don't let them chop your flowers down. Real good company are the people who hear and appreciate truth and will not chop down the beauty of truth, of eternity, of infinity, of real deep knowledge, of the getting out of the sturgeon dark place of ego mind. So know what you sell. Know what you buy. Don't buy or sell personhood anymore.